All right, I am going to go ahead and go live. I have the schedule for midnight, but I'm ready to get going, so let's do it. It is about 11:58 here, local time. This is a continuation of last night's stream. I could have sat here by myself and walked through this, but I decided to go ahead and join anyone who was around last night or anyone who wants to join me tonight and actually walk through this. If you saw yesterday's stream, either before I streamed or after I streamed, and you watched it on Rewind today, yesterday I walked through a brand new installation of OASIS, my Iron Man heads-up display AI assistant, yada yada yada, complete suite of software. And I walked through that complete installation on a brand new Jetson carrier board that I received that I'm going to be using in my Iron Man suit for DragonCon this year. So this is the second part of that. This should take me all the way through the AI assistant. I've never tried to set this up like on a live stream or anything, so I am curious to see how this goes in terms of how does that live stream play out. I don't know if you'll be able to hear anything, so we will see how this goes. This will be a new experience for both of us. But it will walk you through. I'm picking up almost where I left off yesterday. I'll walk you through what I've done outside. Again, I cut the stream last night because I knew that the stuff was about to happen in terms of the compile times and everything were going to be prohibitive. And literally, that compile was still going this morning when I got up. May have been able to run it faster, but the mode that I was running it in, that's how long it took. Excuse me if I'm looking side to side here. I've got my desktop set up here with this live stream, and so I'm looking at the feed itself to make sure everything's still going well. So apologize if my gaze goes to different parts of the screen here. But anyway, I'm going to try to look at the camera as much as possible. So again, we're going to pick up where we left off. We are building this Iron Man suit, the software that goes on it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and switch over. Where do I want to start at this moment? I think I know, so give me 1 second. Need to open a new tab. Give me 1 second. I'm going to do... All right, I think I want to start here. So let's go to our main screen. So this, as we've talked about it before, this is the OASIS project. Here's the main website. We walked all the way through Mirage. I got Mirage working. And just so that you know, I'm working on, with this installation, I'm working on redoing any of my documentation that is outdated, that's not quite right anymore. That might take me even up to a couple of weeks to get up. I'm going to try to get it up sooner than that because I am writing it as I do this and rewriting it as I do this, so I might be able to get it up sooner. But anyway, made it all the way through the Mirage. I've made notes on what I need to change. And again, all of these have installation notes. And that's what I am using because I don't remember everything that I've done all of these different times. Looking at Dawn, this is where I left off, was setting up my AI assistant. I got CMake done, SPD done, eSpeak. ONX runtime is where I left off because this is a huge compile. It is a big AI ML suite of libraries. So that's where I left off. Okay, then I learned some things. This project is dead and is now integrated with this one. And even this eSpeak NG isn't necessary to build by itself anymore because Piper will pull it down and build it accordingly. Again, I'm going to update all this documentation. You did miss some things, but it's going to be all in the text when I'm done. I then went through this Caldi instructions. That all seemed to go almost identical, if not identical, to the way it originally was. And then I will be separating the Vosk part out because Vosk is separate. And so I tested this. Vosk is installed properly. I went ahead and pulled down my model, my English language model, this is the speech to text part. And so that's done. And so basically I left it with all the libraries being installed properly, everything being set up on the local system. And now I will be doing the Dawn build, and then we'll see if we can get everything set up on this device. It's mostly done. And it's really going to come down to whether you can hear it or not, and I may have to change some settings in Dawn so that this works on the live stream, but we'll deal with that real time. All right, let me make sure stream's going all right. Yep. A couple people popping in and out. Again, this is kind of dense material. I don't always expect everyone to stick around. So let's switch over to the Jetson input. No signal because it's asleep. I'm going to wiggle the mouse here. Let's log in. Again, default password on this system is Jetson. First thing I want to do, I'm tired of this display going to sleep on me, so I'm going to go ahead and go in here, settings, displays. Yep. No, I'm sorry. This is under power savings, I believe. Yeah, power. And we're going to not blank the screen. Because, for example, in my Iron Man, don't want it to do that anyway. So, no more of that. We don't need this. We actually don't need the Wi-Fi anymore, so I'm going to turn that off. I'm not currently using Wi-Fi. Once I get everything working, broadband is going to work. This is not working just by default on here. I do have my USB modem hooked up here, an LTE modem. For some reason, the default software that's installed on this distribution does not connect to that. It works fine on my Windows host. In fact, I can even tell it's connected properly because I'm getting a blinking light on this, which you can see right there. See that blinking red light? That's right here. That means that it should be talking LTE properly. I know it detects it, but for some reason, it's just not working. All right. So what I need to do now, let's go ahead. First of all, if you are in the stream, if you're watching, please hit the like button on this video, whether you're watching it real time or whether you're watching it tomorrow or anytime in the future. Please go ahead and hit the like button on this video. Let me know that you're enjoying this content. Hit the dislike button if you don't like my style or my form or whatever else you don't like. All input is good input. And leave a comment if you're in the chat. Let me know that you're hanging out with me. Give me somebody to talk to. All right, so let's go back. Again, we're going to try to get Dawn working. We're going to have some stuff to pull down. I don't know how fast this is going to be, but this is what we're going to try to do this evening. All right. I'll do it on this system. It's a little not as fast, and you may see me have to switch over to my desktop because it's a little more convenient. So let's switch over to code, the OASIS project, Dawn. Let's go ahead and I'm going to make directory build. I'm going to see if I have everything installed here. I don't know. I haven't tried to build it yet. All right, as you can see right now, we're already missing something. It cannot find this language model. So I need to grab that real quick. I think I can do it. That is en_gb. Yep, ENGB Alba Medium Onyx. Switch over to that one. Not that one. That one. All right, so you can see we've got these models here so that we can download them direct. This is the Alba, and I'm going to need the Onyx, and I'm going to need the JSON. But let me go ahead and I'll pull this up. So, and then we're going to just, yeah, okay. Copy the download link. Get over here. First thing I'm going to do, I don't know if it wants it here. Where did it say it wanted it? It said it wanted it directly under here, so I'm going to wget that directly to here. All right, And that downloaded. These are the language files. This is basically the this is basically what gives Friday or Jarvis or whatever. These are the voice files. This is what they're going to sound like. It's not the actual language model. It's just the voice. So we're gonna download that. All right, we're gonna switch back over to this. See how that goes now. All right, so it was happy. I just wanted to make sure I had some voice files. I probably should adjust this a little bit to just look for any Onyx files, because obviously you might not want the ones I wanted, but that's what we've got here. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and make now. All right, this is one thing I did not do. I did not copy over all of the Piper stuff that I needed. Yeah, so I need to copy some of that over. That is in my OASIS instructions. So let me see where that is, Dawn. I know it was at one point. Yeah, so building Dawn was here. It says it's missing some stuff. What's it missing? It's missing. It says it's missing. Oh, you know what I probably need to do? I need to copy my new Piper stuff over, and then, yeah, that's what I need to do. So if you'll notice here, I import Piper directly, but now Phenamize and everything. So I haven't tried this new version of Piper. This is going to be brand new. That's great. Where did I copy that from? This is part of that whole setup. Sorry if this is a little small for you to see. It's not intentional. Let's see, so that should be in the new Piper code. And then source, and is there a C, I think? May have to do a search for it, because I know at one point in time there was, I think it's libpiper? Source? There's Piper CPP, and the include is there. I look at the README. Include lib. There's probably a better way to do this with the new version of Piper, so I'm actually kind of curious if this is going to be a pain. Let's go ahead and try this. It's easy enough to back off if this doesn't work. So let's copy that. Let's copy that and copy that over to code. The OASIS project on this override. It's interesting because those were CPP files previously. Now they're C files, both of them. No, the header's just an H though. All right, so now we'll go clean some things up. Code the OASIS Dawn. Okay. And we're gonna move Piper dot maybe I'll just get removed. I don't know if this is gonna work, guys. We're gonna kind of play it by ear here. Let's see what this Piper.cpp looks like. Looking for Piper.h. I'm going to need to do a grep real quick for Piper.hpp and replace that with an H. So that is in my text to speech CPP. I'm going to turn that off here. Let's try that. Again, the API may have changed. We could have all kinds of things influencing whether this works or not. Try a quick make again. So that is looking for a new header. Copy that over here, now that I found it. That's coming from. Yeah, like I said, this whole interface has changed. I may have kind of screwed myself trying to do this. I didn't expect the difficulty, but you can see I at least I'm honest with you when I tell you that yeah, they actually have a libpiper now. So after this stream, if all this goes to plan, I will actually have to take a look at their new libpiper, because I didn't used to have that. I used to have to include Piper in here, but now there's a library. I don't know if it's 100% compatible to what I had before. So, interesting. So Piper CPP may or may not build, and then it may or may not link with my program. We'll find out. Yeah, that's what I worry about. What is this? Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. So Piper has changed. So the quickest way for me to resolve this is to go back to my old Piper implementation rather than the new one. Come back later, fix Piper to the new implementation, which does look better just on the surface. Because this is not going to work without a fair amount of fixing. So we're going to get restore staged. We're just going to go back. Restore that. Then we're going to get restore these two original files. And we're going to remove Piper.h and get status. We're also going to remove and these are wrong, so we're going to get restore these as well. So we'll be back to normal. Alright, so the next thing we need to do, we need to bring back Piper. What happened when I tried to build that last time? Okay, it couldn't get to the phenamize library, but we can still pull those down. We have the instructions for those. Phenamize is here. Let's see if we can get this work. It does seem to be tied to Onyx. So we're going to have to see if this fixes it. So we'll work on this later. And get cloning twice there. CD Phenamize, and then we're going to CD source. Apparently we need to copy these. I don't know if we're going to need to do that. We're going to try to avoid that part. Let's find out. Okay. Going to do a, let's try, just try it. Maker build. I may be able to find it. Make MK. Sure. doing that eSpeak build separate. I'm going to have eSpeak all over this file system I'm going to be cleaning up. Different versions of it. I hope it doesn't bite me in the butt. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. Again, just seeing who's on. That's all that was. Put this over here while we're building. Alright, that is done building. I'm going to increase the font size here on you a little bit. There we go. That should make it a little easier on you. And technically we should install this, although I wish I wasn't, but I do want to get this up and running, so we'll just go ahead and do it. Now that should provide everything we needed. I am curious what libs it's installed. But sometimes all of this ends up with different versions of the same thing. Notice we've got old versions of Onyx, different versions. Okay, so we only have one lib eSpeak. This one, this one's old. I'm going to remove it. I don't know if that's going to bite me in the ass again. I'll have to come back in case it does. And I will need to fix that link. This one to this one, that should go there really. Why did that not work? Oh, I don't know, because I did that. Yeah. That should look like that. Alright, and then finalize. Alright, that all looks good. Okay, let's hope this all works out. I think it will, but I'm not 100% sure until we actually test it. So we'll go back over to code, OASIS, Dawn, build. We're gonna quick CMake just to make sure nothing. Alright, so we're going to try to rebuild this Piper that I tried to start with to begin with. It wouldn't build because I didn't have the phenamize. Now phenamize, phonemize? Yeah, phonemize. I'm mispronouncing that. Now phonomize is, should be working. Should be able to compile against that because I just installed it. Alright, Piper's done. We'll build these other components. Can't find Llama and can't find Vosk. Llama it shouldn't need, and I thought I'd pulled that out, but maybe I pulled it out locally and not. So let's pull that out. I'm not building against Llama anymore, so that shouldn't be necessary. Alright. Vosk, though, I actually think I need to pull over that library, which I built here /opt. Vosk API, C, let's find out where it is. Find, dot, nope, find there, dash name, live VOSK, anything, nope, okay, is it anywhere? There it is. Copy that into here. Okay, let's see if that's the one we need. And back to build and type make. Yeah, look at that. It really wants Piper phenamize. We need to make sure we're pointing at our right lib Onyx. I want it to compile against the latest one if at all possible, so we're going to end up having to go back to hyperphenamize. Let's see what's going on. Can we point it at our Onyx library? There are some settings here. What happens? Wonder if I can just point that at user local, it looks like. Maybe? Let's try. Alright. So we are going to this time, I'm going to remove this -rf build directory. We are going to this time make a new directory, build, cd build, cmake, ..d, Onyx runtime dir equals /user /local. Let's see if that works. And then if I type make, still gonna try to build eSpeak. No. Can I point it at my eSpeak as well? eSpeak dir as well. We can try that one. Don't know if it'll work. Okay, I made a mess. But I do have one. User local level one. I think that's the one it's building. We'll just keep it for now. Not a big deal. I'll clean up eSpeak later. I don't like the fact that I have different libraries floating around, so that's going to be an issue. But we'll work on it later. I hope it's pulling down that right Onyx library though, because I really do want it to use the one that I've already built. I don't want it to use the secondary one. It should perform better with mine. That's the main reason. All right, so if I make okay, it installed eSpeak. Hopefully, it did not install an Onyx. Seeing it. So it could be good. Alright, so let's just try again. Try to make again. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Alright, we got everything copied over here. Looks really good. Got my JSON. Okay. This makery is... You'll find being a one-man show on this project means that not all of my code repositories are 100% equal. I wish they were, but due to the amount of time that I have for each of them, sometimes they are. Sometimes I have different levels of work on here. But this looks good. Let me switch back over to the Jetson at this point. Try to run this locally, see what happens. I know some of my what am I thinking of? Some of the audio devices are not going to be set up 100% correct. So I'm just going to run Dawn here at this point. I don't think there's... No. libphenamize is available. That's annoying. I think let's do this the easy way for now. Export ld underscore library underscore path equals tilde user / local / lib colon ld library path. This is setting the library directory so it can find all of my libraries. There we go. Nothing I need to... I can specify my capture device and my playback device. Alright, so I do have a microphone here that goes over my ear so that I can talk to Dawn. See if that works. There are some default devices. Let me look that up real quick. I use... Look this up real quick. I use Pulse Audio for this, so let me look up. There's just... So if I run PACTL list syncs. Alright, that tells me what's available. There's a short version of this. But I don't think I have to worry about it. Let's just set to default on both of these. So we're going to do -C default. I don't do this a lot, so we'll actually have to see how it works. No such entity called default. Fair enough. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Alright, so for these are the syncs. So that should be the microphone. Although there's the HDMI output, so if I want you guys to hear it, I may have to go to that one. Let's see if this works. So, playback would be that one. Alright. And then we're going to get... We're going to do sources. That should be our microphone. There you go. And we're looking for the creative one, not the monitor. I think it's this one. That actually should be what's already set on this device by default. So so -C, which is capture. Let's see if that works. If it works, you should hear it. You should hear her talk once she boots up. Alright, folder model does not contain the model files. Okay. Oh, that is supposed to be going to that model. Okay, so I just need to copy /opt bosk. I'm going to copy that to there. Then it'll have the model that it needs to actually do the voice synthesis. That's what it's looking for. Try that again. Making sure I'm going to be able to hear it too. I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to be able to, so we'll find out.
Good morning, boss. Setting to AI to Cloud LLM.
Don't know if you could hear that, but I could. It's definitely working here. So that's fantastic. I think it can hear... No, it's not able to hear me very well. Let's see what's causing that. Otherwise, it should be typing here on the screen as it can hear me. But as you can see, it's like kind of hearing me. So let's find out what's going on there. Could just be a volume setting or something like that. Sound. System volume, everything's up. Dawn's up. Yeah, here's Dawn. Configuration output. Here's the input device, but yeah, it's not hearing me a ton. Maybe I can turn it up. Does that work better? Do. Okay, that one hurt me pretty good. So that looks pretty good. It's not great, but it's trying. Not 100% sure why it's not great. Should be pretty foolproof at this point. Thank you, KR Studios. It's good to see you. Alright. I don't know what it's doing. It is acting kind of weird. Maybe I'm peeking it out. Let's look at those settings. Maybe I overdid it. Testing. Testing. What did it pick as my background volume? RMS init at hello. Hello. That's interesting. And acting silly. Is that plugged into the right port? It is plugged into the right port. I know I don't have my keys put in and everything. I may not have gotten my background audio put in here correctly. Because it's close, but something's not quite working. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna exit out of this real fast. We're going to restart. You should be able to hear everything, at least I hope so. Let's find out.
Good morning, boss. Setting to AI to Cloud LLM.
It looks like you're hearing it. Hey, KR Studios, if you're listening in, let me know. Sounds like it's peaking a little bit, but that you can hear it. Hey, you heard the intro voice, and it looks like I fixed it. So one of the important parts about when this starts up is that it has to detect what your ambient noise is. And so if I was talking, like when I started this, it couldn't detect the background noise correctly. But now you'll notice I let it detect the background noise properly, and it's like it's copying everything that I'm saying. So this is working properly now. See that? All right, so that's almost everything. It's not 100% perfect. It's running locally. It's not sending my voice up to the cloud or anything. But you can see it's pretty good. All right, so the one thing I don't have installed here that I can't show you is I have to put my API key in here for ChatGPT, my OpenAI API key. I'm not running a local model yet. We can get that hooked up, but I don't have that hooked up at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just talk to ChatGPT, but the key there is I actually need for actually have to have my API key installed. I can't show you that obviously because that would compromise the API key. So give me 1 second. I'm going to get that API key. Then we'll do a little talking. Okay, one-time password, application. Let me grab my OpenAI. There it is. Making sure I'm not sharing anything I'm not supposed to. You can see it's working pretty good. It's getting most of what I'm saying. It still may be peeking out a little bit. I just need to make sure that when you set this up, it's important to have your microphone set properly. And if you're peeking the microphone out, it will not be able to hear you as well. So if I turn this down just a little bit so that it's not peeking out, it might actually do a much better job. Alright, so let's give this a shot. I am logged into my API. Just need to go to my dashboard and get an API key, and then I'll recompile. Give me 1 second. That's all I'm getting is an API key. Create a new secret key. Dawn number 2. OASIS project. Create a secret key. Copy that over. Okay, I'm copying it into here into my secrets file. Okay, put that in here, and this should work. I'm gonna go into my build directory and compile that. Okay, that should work. All right, let's see if it works. It should be pretty obvious if it does. Let me Control-C out of this, and we're gonna restart this real quick. Hey, that thumbnail was something I did. I needed something interesting to look at, and I wanted it to look kind of cool and related to the topic. So that's completely AI generated, as you probably figured.
Good morning, boss.
All right.
Setting to AI
Oh, it heard me.
to Cloud LLM.
So one of the cool things I added not too long ago was the ability for me to interrupt it, and there's some logic in there. If you want to see the logic there, all that code is available. Obviously this is all open source, and I built all the logic in, so you can interrupt Friday. It will know the difference between you asking it a question, whether you of course like say its name or something, or whether you start a new conversation, that kind of stuff. Okay, let's give this a shot. Okay, Friday, are you there?
Always at your service, sir. What can I assist you with today?
Well, there we go. There's my AI assistant. And I can chat with you or I can chat with it, and all that seems to work the same. So let's just say, okay, Friday, I am doing a live stream right now. Can you talk to my guest, tell them a little bit about the OASIS project? I think it missed the okay at the beginning, which just breaks everything. So let's try it again. Okay, Friday, I'm doing a live stream. Can you talk to my guest a little bit, tell them about the OASIS project?
Certainly, sir. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the world of the OASIS project, an innovative suite of technologies. It includes Mirage, the highly versatile HUD system, Dawn for AI command processing, Aura for environmental sensor data, and Spark for enhanced sensor-driven actions. If you want more details, check out osisproject.net/overview. Enjoy the stream. And
there we go. My AI assistant interacts with me, interacts with you. It can do all kinds of things. So if I start up Mirage now, it will actually be able to control the HUD. These are things I have never shown. They're still in development. I hope you're enjoying this because this is brand new technology I haven't shown anyone, and I think is pretty darn cool. At this point, it is using OpenAI to do this, but it actually works with the local Llama CPP as well, and then I don't actually have to go out to the cloud. So we might get to that this evening, just depending on how I'm feeling. So let's give that a shot. Let's bring up Mirage first. I'm going to open up a new tab here. Alright, Mirage is already built. Should be able to speak the same language as that. Stat. I have not, have I installed Stat? Let's find out. Don't know if I've installed Stat yet. I need Stat installed. Alright, Stat is not installed yet. I didn't think so. So, Stat, build, actually, let me just do install. This is what I did last night. It should all be, if any one of you were here last night, you've already seen this. Alright, so we've done that. We can now, this is basically my power monitoring, system monitoring, that kind of stuff. Okay, so we've started that. That should be working. We can actually double check it just by running status. Alright, looks good. Alright, I don't have my battery hooked up right now, so a little bit more limited. It should just say that I have a really strong battery, to be honest. Alright, go back to Mirage. And we're gonna do it live. Like, I haven't run this on this system, so this is really experimental whether this is just going to work or not. But I'm reasonably confident. Let's go ahead and hook up my HUD, my helmet tech. See if that works. I may have too much plugged into this little USB port, in which case that some of this may not go well. So let's find out. I'm going to go ahead and just do a single USB camera just to try to avoid possibly some of the power draw. And we have number of cameras. We're just going to do one and duplicate the camera, and we should be able to access that USB port. And let's go ahead and go full screen. Nope, it didn't like something. Oh yeah, I haven't done all of this yet on this one because I just compiled it. Config UI sound. What is it? Sound. Okay, that should work now. Let's try that again.
Your HUD is now online, boss. It seems there might be a glitch, sir. Let me know if there's anything specific you need help with or if you'd like me to discuss something else with your guests.
Okay. So some of this is actually new technology, and so like when it's talking to when it's getting text to speech, it may be like talking to itself. I've got to work out some of that stuff, but this is pretty cool. Okay, Friday, switch to environmental sensors. Didn't quite get that. Let me try this. Okay, Friday, switch to the environmental HUD.
Activating the environmental HUD through Aura now, sir. You'll have integrated sensor data for surrounding conditions. Let me know if you need adjustments or additional information.
Should be giving all of that information to it. Let's find out what's going on. Should be some more information here to figure out why. I was hoping that would work first time. It is one of those things I need to see what it's doing. It does not look like it got... Does not look like it got all of that information. Yeah, it's not, it hasn't gotten all of that. Yeah, I need to correct some of that. I have not uploaded all of that data to here. That was all new code that has not been committed yet. But there's some of this that it can do. Let's see how I do this with just my command structure. I don't know. Let me see. What was the default? Apparently it's hot. Not shocking. Just looking for the command line options so that I could see what was integrated into this. Yeah, some of this is here. Oh, that's what it is. I'm not telling it all of that information. That's not default. Default is direct commands only, so I need to restart this. So it is all in here. It's just I didn't run it with the right. Okay, let's do a -C. Let's try this again. I'm going to shut this down. And we're going to pass it a -C. Let's see if this works. It has to give it all this information. Otherwise, the LLM doesn't know about it.
Good morning, boss. Setting to AI to Cloud LLM.
Okay, Friday, switch to the environmental HUD.
It seems like the message was cut off. Could you please provide more details or clarify what you need? I'm here to help.
Okay, Friday, switch to the environmental HUD. Maybe I was talking while I started it up that time. See, I can find that out. Yeah, you can hear it's not hearing me everything I'm saying anymore, so it's getting cut out. Let's do that one more time. And I'll shut up this time when I start it up.
Good morning, boss. Setting to AI to Cloud LLM.
Alright, first I'm going to just kind of look here and see if it's hearing me. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Alright, try this. Okay, Friday, switch to environmental HUD.
Switching the HUD to environmental for you, boss.
There we go. That's what I wanted it to do. So now I actually have the LLM processing these commands and sending the commands directly. Okay, Friday, disable armor display.
Disabling armor display. It looks like my previous attempts haven't been successful. Let's make sure everything is functioning properly before I try again. Would you like me to check anything specific?
Okay, Friday, I think that actually worked just the way we intended it to, so it looks fine here.
Ah, perfectly good then. Thank you for letting me know, sir. If you need anything else, I'm here to assist.
Okay, Friday, switch back to the default HUD.
Switching back to the default HUD for you, sir. Switch to default HUD. It seems like the switchback may not have gone through. Trying again might help. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like me to do.
Okay, so definitely some of the talkback logic that I have here is not working 100% right. This is brand new code, like I said. It is working. She is interpreting this correctly. She is able to run these commands. For example, okay, Friday, disable map display.
Disabling map display. Still encountering issues, it seems.
I don't know why she thinks that there's an issue here, but notice I just interrupted her. It worked just fine, and when I stopped talking, she's going to continue what she was saying.
Anything specific you'd like me to troubleshoot or assist with, please let me know, sir.
Okay, Friday. Again, that seemed to work just fine. Why do you think that it's not going the way that it's supposed to?
My apologies, sir. It appears the command was executed properly despite my previous response. Thanks for clarifying that, and do let me know if there's anything else you need.
Okay, Friday, why did you think that those commands were not going through as expected?
It was due to the responsive null from the system, which typically indicates a lack of confirmation. I'll adjust to better interpret these responses moving forward, sir.
Okay, Friday, let's do another one then. Let's go ahead and re-enable that map display for me.
I'll re-enable the map display for you, sir. Enabling map display. It seems like the map display was enabled successfully despite the lack of confirmation. If there are any issues, feel free to let me know, and I'll assist further.
Fantastic. So this is working really well. I'm happy with how this is working. And so we've got my AI assistant running, which a lot of people wanted to see how exactly that worked. I've got the camera. Which one is it? Is it this one? No, it's this one. As long as it doesn't short out and disappear. I'm kind of curious. I don't know if this one's going to work. This is, again, kind of that cutting edge. I've got a lot of code working. Let's see. Okay, Friday, what am I looking at?
Great. The image is captured and ready for processing. If there's anything specific you'd like to do with the image or need help analyzing it, just let me know, sir. The image shows some electronic or audio equipment, a 3.5mm audio jack, a power adapter, and what appears to be a battery, possibly interacting with a device. Let me know if you need more details.
Okay. So that's a good example of it actually working. Again, she's having a little bit of problems with the interpretation of the commands. There seems to be some crosstalk there where it's getting some commands they're not familiar with, and that's creating some issues for the command processing. But I actually am really happy that the command processing is working. It's just the interpretation of the responses is not working exactly as expected. So again, this is working really well. Truly the only thing left to do at this point from a just functionality standpoint, I've got some coding to do. I'll have to fix the responses and everything on here. But Friday is responding correctly, just a little confused with the back and forth. So the only thing left to do, as I was about to say, is the Llama integration, which is the local LLM, so that I can actually do the command processing locally rather than having to send it to the cloud. Right now, all of the commands that you're hearing responses to are going to OpenAI, which is just fine. I'm not sending a whole lot of tokens to it. It's not costing me a ton or anything. And OpenAI's processing of those commands is actually pretty good. So I'm happy with that. So if you're curious, if you look straight up there, you see this little Friday logo, and it's purple. Purple means that it's listening. Blue means that it is idle and it's not listening. And the red means that it is currently processing it. It means that it has sent it to the LLM and that it is processing that command. This was a visual way for me to know, like when I'm wearing the Iron Man suit or even just the helmet. The problem was I couldn't tell whether Friday had heard me or whether it was confused or whether just everything had blown up. But using this little LED here, it's really nice because it actually shows me what's going on. So that's awesome. Curious to see how long it takes to go to idle. Okay, so green is idle, not blue. Sorry about that. So let's go and give this a shot. If I were to just go, okay, Friday, tell me your opinion of the first Iron Man movie.
Iron Man is iconic for its engaging storyline and charismatic lead. It set the tone for the Marvel Cinematic Universe with a perfect blend of action, humor, and innovation.
There we go. As an opinion. It's wonderful. Okay. Really happy with this. Let's go ahead and shut this down. When I shut it down, you're going to hear that it actually, the Friday's going to know that I shut it down.
Your HUD is shutting down. It seems like my previous message didn't register properly. Let me know if you need further information or have another question, sir.
So basically I have a callback problem here. It seems like every message that's going to text-to-speech is also going back to Friday, which is not the way we want it. So I'll have to fix that later. Let's go ahead and work on a local LLM real fast. Acknowledge that this, yes, I know it's hot. We don't have to acknowledge it again now. At least I hope not. There we go. All right. There's Mirage. I'm going to probably switch over to the main screen, which is this. Let's bring it over to here, and I actually do have a page on running local LLMs, so I kind of have this a little bit. We are going to go ahead. I don't need to quantize these myself. I actually put a lot of my notes here on how I quantize and I tested it. We are going to run Llama CPP, which is this. We are going to pull down that code, which is here. All right. So this is our local LLM again. So we're going to get clone. Pull down Llama CPP, the latest and greatest. And then while it does that, we will look for the CUDA installing or compiling. Alright, so if we go to the build guide, I think there's somewhere in here where we can build for CUDA. Yep, there we go. It looks like they've tried to make it easy. Let's find out. Here, just do that. Make sure it can find all of our CUDA libraries and executables. Can't find the compiler. That is normal. Sometimes you just have to export path equals /user local CUDA bin. We're going to add that to our path. All right, let's try that again. Looks like it's finding it this time. All right, and once that's built, we're going to build it. Or excuse me, that's just the configuring. Now we're going to build it. This could take a minute. Actually, this may take too long if I don't parallelize this process. So let me do this. Let me go to the build directory. It should already be configured. So if I just do make-j in proc, not import, that's different. There we go. Get a little parallel building going on here. I still don't know how long it's going to take. It may take us a second. Okay, Friday, you still with me?
Always, sir. Ready to assist with whatever you need.
All right. It's the real nice part about having an AI assistant there. I do want to get to the point with an AI assistant where they know when I'm talking to them and can just kind of chime in like they're here in the room with me. We're gonna, once this is done though, we are gonna have to pull down a model. Hugging face. I think I want the When GGUF. Let me see which ones of these are available. No, not that one. Spelling Gwen. What is it? Quinn? That's what it is. Quinn. GGUF. Not sure which one I'm going to need. I've used one of these before. Quinn. Actually, I just pulled down Quinn first to find out which size model I want. Image coder and 3.5 instruct. There's Quinn 3. Just trying to remember what all the different sizes of models and what I've pulled down before. It's probably this 8B. I do need the GGUF, which are the particular models that I need. Looks like they have their own at Quinn. Fantastic. 5 gigs about is all I'm going to fit, that's for sure. Not what I want. Let's see, files and versions. Not too much difference in these sizes. I'm not sure what the quality difference is going to be. There might be companies that have better ones. I love how it says it's safe. Let's just copy that download link and we'll pull it down after it's done. Let's open up a second Jetson window. If we go ahead and start pulling this down, it's going to save us a lot of time. Okay. So that's building. Let's pull down this latest model. Code. I'm going to make dir. Let's go gguf directory. And we'll go ahead and wget that. It's pretty big, it's a 5 gig file, but I am on pretty fast internet here, so that'll pull it down. A lot going on that little piece of hardware. Let's see what I can find. N 3 8 B GGUF. Unsloth has that's DeepSeek. Unsloth has one. Let's check out theirs as well. For this little adventure, I don't think it's going to make a huge difference who I'm pulling it down from. Unsloth has a lot more quantizations. If they have a card here that explains what they think about their quantizations. They might not. It may be up to you to decide. There's a lot in this one. Let's see if their webpage has some more information. This is just how to optimize theirs. This is the same thing I just clicked on, yeah. There's the blog. What about this notebook? Quinn 3, looking for the Quinn 3 8B. Quinn 3 4B. Interesting. So they didn't do a notebook specifically for the 8B. They have a 2.5 7B. Let's see what they've got on this one while that's still compiling and everything. These notebooks are pretty cool. I would love... I'm going to have to look into how they do these. It's kind of nice. Looks like they kind of stick with the Q4 4K. Maybe good enough. Then again, that 4K I'm pulling down might be good enough too. Okay, that 4K's done pulling down. There's the 4KM. And then there's just a 4K L. Is that supposed to be an L? Or a 1? Okay. Interesting. 4K XL. Some 5Ks and 6K. Yeah, they get... it'll be fun to kind of play with this one too. Let's try that one. We'll copy that down lately. We'll pull them both down. I just lost that because it copies and pastes when you do that. Copy that download link one more time. And we will wget that one too. It's still compiling. And then we'll try some local large language model here. I don't know if I have JTOP installed on this instance. Let me just run JTOP real quick over here and see if it works. Nope, no JTOP yet. So let's get JTOP installed properly. Pretty easy. Maybe we'll just let it finish downloading, and then we'll get JTOP installed. JTOP, by the way, I know I'm just talking because there's only a few of us here, but JTOP is the utility for Jetson where you can actually see how it's running, how it's processing, what's getting the attention in terms of, like, you know, it's using this much GPU, it's this much CPU. So let's go ahead and try this. I've already got that installed, I know. So let's do this pip3 right there. I thought I installed pip3. Oh, this is a new installation from last night. I probably did not. We'll do that. Then we can go back and try that one again. There's Jetson stats. It's going to tell me I have to log out and log back in, which we can do. That's fine. I don't think JTOP is going to run. I also want to go and do this. Let's go and fix. That is not what I meant to do. VIGR, so I need to add me to the right group. Need to add Jets into this one. That should help. And then shouldn't affect it. I am going to have to shut down Friday real quick, but that's fine. Shut her down. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and restart. Actually, I just need to log out and back in. Again, it's still compiling. Almost 100% there. Nice. Still going? Yeah, alright, that's still good. Alright, let me switch over to this real quick. Let's see if JTOP's going to work while that's finishing up that compile. We're going to bring up the terminal. JTOP. I've already logged out. I shouldn't have to reboot. Sudo systemctl restart JTOP service. All right, did that work? Well, that should have just worked, but it did not. Okay, but we've got this done. So let's see if we can get it running. Back to the main screen. Again, I had some instructions on this about what I was running previously. Something like this. We are here. We will modify this kind of real time. This is not optimal anymore. I've learned a little bit about how to run these commands. Let's see. They may have put it in here. A lot of information that I'm not familiar with in here. So that some of the runtime information. Apparently this is the one with reasoning, which may cause us... This is going to make that faint block, which I'm not filtering out currently. I forgot about that. So what's the Gwyn 2.5? That's the one I might want. I don't really want the thinking because I haven't fixed my code to Gwyn 2.5. Is it this one? This is the vision language model. Do they have a GGUF of this one? They do. Unsloth does. Let me pull one of these down. Yeah, let's try one of these. So let's do a Q4KM. This one's a little smaller. We'll pull that down. That should be fine. It's got a vision component. I'm going to grab one just so that we have it at the same time. F16. Try that one. I'm not gonna actually. I'm gonna try not to spool it up with the vision model though for now. I think you can run it without it. But I do want to have the one that goes with it. It's not clear that that's what goes with it, but anyway. Alright, so there's that, and then I've got the instructions. We're going to grab this one, even though it's not exactly what I want. It's close enough. Alright, so the model I want is going to be /code/gguf, and we're going to do the Gwyn 2.5. Temp 0 keeps it like not moving a whole lot. Let's see. Is that going to get us there? IF isn't an option. Is that going to get us there? Find out. And then I'm going to go over to here, back to my system, and I'm going to go to the code, the OASIS project, Dawn directory, build directory. I'm going to rerun Dawn. Dawn.
Good morning, boss. Setting to AI to Cloud LLM.
Okay, Friday, switch to local LLM.
I'm sorry, I am unable to switch to local LLM. Please check the device name and try again, sir.
It's just not getting it right. Okay, Friday, switch to local LLM.
I'll switch to the local LLM for you, sir. Setting to AI to local LLM.
Okay, so the way we check this to see if it's actually using a local LLM, we can switch to the main screen again. And over here on the right is actually where it's going to be talking. So if we see that, you know, when I start talking to Friday, if it outputs anything here, it's actually using the local LLM correctly. Okay, Friday, give me a status report. Wow, it's really running slow tonight. It's kind of weird. It is working. It did say that it's got the content in there, and I actually do see it running on the other screen. It's just waiting on a reply. I'm not sure why. Although I haven't tested it, so it's, you know, it could be doing anything. That's what I get for doing it live. I didn't know any better. I would say it was running on the processor. If I had JTOP running, then I might have to reboot so I can actually see what JTOP is doing. Because right now I can't tell what the hell's going on. Yeah. That's weird. It's just cranking. We can try this. This is going to time it out and kill it. Yeah.
Sorry, but I'm currently unavailable, boss. I'm sorry, but I'm currently unavailable, boss.
Yeah, that's how that works. Okay. Let's run the CLI. I think I can just switch it to this and see what the hell's going on. And I'm just chatting with it in text mode. This seems to be working. This is what I asked it before. It's working fine. I don't know why that one was running so slow. Like this is what I would expect. It's talking too much because it doesn't have a prompt. I provide the prompt with the other one. So let's give this a shot. Maybe it was just confused. Just try again. Because that was the same exact settings. So let's try one more time. Okay, Friday, can you give me a status report now? It's really interesting. I'm wondering if, like, is it possible that the format has changed? Something could be weird on the Llama CPP side, where the server has changed formats or something, but it's not erroring. I'm not getting an error. It's just confused. It's not timing out or anything. It's just cranking. I mean, I think it is actually cranking. I mean, the CPU is just running here. I don't know if I let it run, if it'll actually come up with an answer. It's kind of weird. Let me see if I can tell anything from here. try a different model.
I'm sorry, but I'm currently unavailable, boss.
Try one of those thinking models. I don't think that can help anything, but it's not hurting anything at this point. A lot of loading here. This one's definitely different. It's taking a lot longer to load than the last one. Okay, Friday, how are you doing this evening? Still processing it. Something's not returning correctly. It's just taking forever. Something I'm going to have to figure out. It's probably relatively simple. But for some reason, I am not seeing it as to why it is having a problem processing these inputs. It's just not giving me an answer. Okay, local language model not working this evening, but
I'm sorry, but I'm currently
she's glitching out because she's processing all the old texts that she's hearing that have made it into the queue. So I guess we'll try the large language model. That's, you know, OpenAI, and just get one more word here out of Friday. Okay, Friday status report.
I'm sorry, but I'm currently unavailable, boss.
Oh, I have to switch over. Okay, Friday, switch to Cloud LLM.
Setting to AI to Cloud LLM. It seems there's no status update available at the moment, sir. Is there anything specific you'd like me to check or assist you with?
Okay, Friday, I think I'm about to switch off the live stream tonight. If you want to say goodbye to our audience, that would be great.
I'll wrap things up nicely for you, sir. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Have a wonderful evening and goodbye. Now, switching off the live stream.
I love that it actually tried to run a command there. If you look, it says device stream action disable. So if I was running the live stream directly from the helmet, it would have just shut me down and it would have been over. So I have to be careful with that. Friday will take over. Anyway, that's going to be it for this evening. Thanks everybody who has dropped by and watched. I think it's been a pretty good live stream because actually I got through all of this testing that I wanted to do. I got everything set up and running. The only thing that's not running quite right is the local LLM. That server, for some reason, is acting weird. I will figure that out in due time. That won't be any problem. So, thanks everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already done so, please leave a like on this video. Thanks for watching. And I will see you in the next one. I don't know what kind of live streams I'm going to have planned from here for the rest of the month. I still have DragonCon to get ready for, so I'm going to be doing some filming and preparing some videos for next month that I'm going to be editing and all, but live streams are going to be, I think, kind of hit and miss. depending on if I just want some company. But thanks for watching. I will see you next time. This is Chris, Kersey Fabrications. Take care. Keep making. Take care of each other.